Hi everybody, this is Valerie G. Thanks for joining me today. I am going to work with some embossing paste today and my puzzle piece punch that I have because I wanted to do an embossing paste texturized puzzle accent on my scrapbook page, but I don't have a puzzle template. So I thought I would make my own. Originally I started with this piece of cardstock that I have that's just some marketing material and punched the pieces out of this. And although I liked this, I feel like the material is a little too thin to get that good thick texture of embossing paste on my project. So I upgraded to the good old-fashioned, easy to find pantry cardstock. Cereal boxes, granola bar boxes, or in this case, popcorn boxes, work great as a flexible, thin, kind of a chipboardy accent. And so I took a piece of that box and using my punch, did this alternating pattern. I didn't want the pieces to actually touch. I do need a little bit of space so it can hold its integrity. And then it does take a little bit of thumb strength to be able to punch out these pieces, but I think that will work beautifully with some embossing paste. So these are all of my puzzle pieces I've punched out. You will need some kind of spatula. This is a little plastic one. It comes in a multi-pack. Sometimes, depending on the size of the area that you're working on, you want a smaller spatula. Other times you'll want something bigger. I also have a used, no money on it anymore, so sad, Hobby Lobby gift card that works as a great scraper for these kinds of things. I also have a couple different kinds of embossing paste that I wanted to show you. Most people have seen embossing paste come in the jars like this. This is a super beautiful pearlescent one that I found at my local scrapbook store. Super beautiful, looks fantastic, and it colors really, really well with ink. I also at one point from Dick Blick ordered some modeling paste, which I was told would work very similar to embossing paste, and it does. It looks really great, super, super creamy and gorgeous white. The downside of getting paste in a container like this, of course, is that you cannot put the excess back into the container. So you need to be a little more careful in how much you pull out to put onto your palette and onto your project, because you can't recoup your losses, so to speak. So I'm going to get set up, and then we're going to have a little fun with some embossing paste. So I am going to work straight on to my cardstock, which makes me a little nervous, but I'm going to go for it. It's only paper, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is tape this down. I found this fantastic Post-it tape that I love. This one I found at Walmart in the office supply section with the Post-it notes, not with tape, because it is by Post-it and it is only as sticky as the top of a Post-it. So it's not going to damage my paper at all when I pull this off, but it will hold my mask nicely into place, and then it will also help alleviate any concerns of having that embossing paste kind of drift over to the sides where I don't really want it. I also have my homemade little mini craft sheet that I'm going to work on because I am going to add some color to this embossing paste. I think that this nice turquoisey peacock feathers will look really great. So I'm going to smoosh some of this onto my craft mat, and then take some of this pearlescent embossing paste and work it into the blue ink. It does not take a lot, but you want to make sure that you have enough to finish your project. So putting it in here and just smooshing it around, and you can see not only does it pick up that gorgeous color, but it is still pearlescent and will be super gorgeous on this layout. So then you can take this, kind of scoop it up, and smear it across your template. You want to go ahead and scrape really well so that you're not leaving too much excess behind, and getting it down into your shapes, just like this. It's a little bit like frosting a cake, and it does not take very much time, and the more you play with it, the better you will get at it. There is a little bit of a learning curve, and just like that. And I may want a little bit more down here, make it good and thick over these pieces so that they've got really nice raised embossed look to them. Don't want to scrape it down too much. Great, just like that. So now I can take this mask, pull it up, and we have our beautiful puzzle pieces. See if I can get this tipped so that you can see the dimension of these pieces that I got on this cardstock that quickly. And it is a thick, thick dimension. Still pearlescent, super beautiful, like these puzzle pieces falling from the sky, and I love it. So I'm going to go work on the rest of my layout and get it all put together. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a little something, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Alright, so I've decided I can't possibly be done playing with this embossing paste. So I have some gorgeous May Arts ribbon. It's from their brand new release with the printed canvas. But butterflies, puzzle pieces, not so much. The other side, however, is plain. So I'm going to play with adding some embossing paste straight onto this ribbon. So I'm going to put the ribbon down, and I'm going to go ahead and tape it down as well so that it doesn't move around on me. One piece at the bottom, a little piece at the top. And I took just another piece of my chipboard and punched a puzzle piece, and as you can see, it fits just right on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do it over where there is a butterfly on this ribbon, just to help disguise the faint image that you can see through there. And I'm going to pick up just a little of this embossing paste and smear it on there. And we can lift straight up, put that down, and smear it on. And then carefully lift. And now I have ribbon that coordinates with my texture embossed background. Alright, so that's what we ended up with. I hope you enjoyed watching my video tutorial today. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to share the love.